Waverly Hills Sanatorium, a name whispered in hushed tones, a place shrouded in darkness. It stands on a hill overlooking Louisville, Kentucky, a grim monument to a bygone era. This isn't just another abandoned building. This is a place where thousands suffered, thousands died. Their pain lingers, their presence is felt. It claws at the edges of reality. Tonight, we step into the abyss. We enter Waverly Hills, not as tourists, not as casual observers, but as prisoners of the night. We've locked ourselves inside. No escape until dawn. We are trapped, alone with the spirits that roam these halls. We are here to confront them, to document their existence, to experience the terror firsthand. Please like and subscribe for more content. The heavy steel doors clang shut behind us. The sound echoes through the desolate corridors. The air is thick with the smell of decay and despair. The weight of history presses down on us. It's a palpable presence, a crushing reminder of the suffering that took place within these walls. We are not welcome here. We are intruders in a realm of shadows, a realm of whispers and unseen eyes. We are surrounded by the echoes of tortured souls. They watch us. They wait for us. Our equipment is our only defense. Cameras, EMF readers, EVP recorders, tools of the paranormal trade. We hope they are enough. We hope they will protect us. But we know deep down, they might not be. Waverly Hills was once a beacon of hope, a place of healing. It opened in 1910. Its purpose was to treat tuberculosis patients. But hope soon turned to horror. The sanatorium became overcrowded, resources dwindled, conditions deteriorated, death became a constant companion. Thousands perished within these walls. Stories of experimental treatments emerged, whispers of cruel and unusual punishments, tales of patients driven to madness. The stories became legends. The legends became nightmares. Now, decades later, the asylum stands empty, abandoned, but not forgotten. The spirits of the past linger, trapped within the decaying walls. They cry out for recognition. They yearn for release. Tonight, we will hear their cries. The sun dips below the horizon, casting long, eerie shadows across the grounds. We stand at the threshold, the entrance to Waverly Hills. A gaping maw of darkness. A cold wind whips through the broken windows, carrying with it the scent of decay, the scent of death. It's a chilling reminder of what awaits us inside. We take a deep breath, steel our nerves, and step across the threshold into the unknown. The heavy wooden door creaks shut behind us, sealing us within the asylum's embrace. The silence is deafening, broken only by the sound of our own breathing, the sound of our own heartbeats. We are alone, trapped with the spirits of the past. Our flashlights cut through the darkness, illuminating the decaying grandeur of the main hallway. The walls are covered in peeling paint, graffiti, the remnants of past visitors. The air is heavy, oppressive. It feels like we're breathing in the very essence of despair. The weight of the past bears down on us, crushing us. We hear a faint whisper, a disembodied voice carried on the wind. Is it our imagination, or is it something more, something sinister? We strain our ears, listening intently. The whisper comes again, closer this time. It sends shivers down our spines. We are not alone. We descend into the bowels of the asylum, into the infamous body chute, a concrete tunnel used to transport the bodies of the deceased. A grim reminder of the sheer number of deaths that occurred here. The air is colder here, damp. The smell of decay is overwhelming. It's almost unbearable. We can feel the presence of the dead, their spirits clinging to the walls. We shine our flashlights down the chute. The beam disappears into the darkness. We can't see the bottom. It's as if the chute descends into the very depths of hell. A sudden gust of wind rushes up the chute, extinguishing our flashlights. We are plunged into darkness. A primal fear grips us. We are trapped, alone, with the spirits of the dead. We fumble for our flashlights, our hands trembling as we search for a source of light in the oppressive darkness. Our hearts pounding in our chests, each beat echoing the fear that grips us. Finally, we manage to relight them, the beams piercing through the thick veil of night. The beam cuts through the darkness, revealing the hidden corners of this forsaken place, revealing the horrors of the body chute, a grim reminder of the past atrocities committed here. We see shadows moving in the darkness, their forms shifting and elusive. Flickering shapes that seem to dance just beyond the reach of our flashlights, taunting us with their presence. Are they just tricks of the light? Or is there something more sinister at play? Or are they something more? Something that defies explanation and logic. We hear a faint moan, a sound that chills us to the bone, a mournful cry echoing from the depths of the chute, growing louder with each passing second. It sounds like the cries of the damned, souls trapped in eternal torment. The cries of those who perished within these walls, their pain and suffering still lingering in the air. We are overcome with a sense of dread, a feeling that seeps into our very bones, a feeling that we are not welcome here, that this place rejects our presence, that we are trespassing on sacred ground. We turn and flee, our footsteps echoing in the silence, back up the chute, back into the relative safety of the main hallway, where the air feels slightly less oppressive. But the shadows follow us, relentless and unyielding. They linger in the corners of our eyes, a constant, haunting presence, a constant reminder of the horrors we have witnessed, a memory that will forever be etched in our minds. Night vision engulfs us, casting an eerie glow over everything. The world transforms into a ghostly green, a spectral hue that distorts reality. We venture deeper into the asylum's heart, into the whispering wards, where shadows seem to move on their own, where countless souls once suffered, their pain etched into the very walls. The air grows thicker, heavier, as if laden with the weight of forgotten memories. A palpable presence surrounds us, an invisible force that makes our skin crawl. A sense of being watched, observed by unseen eyes, follows our every step. The silence is broken by a faint whisper, barely audible yet unmistakable. It seems to come from everywhere and nowhere at once, an omnipresent murmur. A chilling murmur that sends shivers down our spines, making us question our sanity. We strain our ears, trying to decipher the words, hoping for some understanding. But they remain elusive, just out of reach, like a forgotten dream. The whispers grow louder, more insistent, as if demanding our attention. They seem to be calling to us, beckoning us deeper into the darkness. We exchange uneasy glances, unsure of what lies ahead. A sense of dread washes over us, a cold realization that we are not welcome here. We are not alone in these whispering wards, and the unseen inhabitants are making their presence known. A sudden chill permeates the air, a cold spot, a classic sign of paranormal activity. The temperature plummets, our breath fogs in front of us, goosebumps erupt on our arms, the hairs on the back of our necks stand on end. We can feel the presence of something unseen, something cold, something malevolent. We pull out our EMF readers, the devices spike, the needles jump erratically, confirming what we already know. We are not alone. Something is here with us in this cold, dark ward. The cold intensifies. It feels like icy fingers are clutching at our throats, choking the air from our lungs. We struggle to breathe. The feeling of dread intensifies. We are in the presence of something powerful, something dangerous. A flicker of movement catches our eye in the periphery of our vision, a shadow darting across the hallway. Too fast to be human. We whip around, our hearts pounding in our chests, flashlights scanning the darkness, but the shadow is gone, vanished into thin air as if it were never there. We try to rationalize it, a trick of the light, our imaginations playing tricks on us. But deep down, we know the truth. We saw something that shouldn't be here. The shadow figure. A common manifestation of the paranormal, a harbinger of things to come, a warning that we are treading on dangerous ground. We are not alone in this asylum. We are being watched. Section 4. Disembodied voices. We set up our EVP recorder, hoping to capture some evidence of the paranormal activity. We sit in silence, listening intently for any sign of the unseen world. A faint whisper breaks the silence, captured by the recorder. A disembodied voice speaking from the shadows. We strain our ears, trying to make out the words. The voice whispers again, louder this time, more distinct. We can almost understand it. It seems to be saying something. Something important, something terrifying. We play back the recording. The voice is clear, unmistakable. It whispers a single word: leave. A chilling warning from the other side. A command that we cannot ignore. Section 5. The temperature drops. The temperature plummets again, sending shivers down our spines. The air grows even colder, biting at our skin and making it hard to breathe. We can see our breath fogging in the air, each exhale a visible reminder of the freezing conditions. The cold is unnatural, unsettling. We check our thermometer, hoping for some explanation. The reading is drastically low, far below what it should be, confirming our worst fears. This is not just a cold spot. This is something more, something sinister, lurking in the shadows. The cold seems to emanate from a specific area of the room, a dark corner, shrouded in shadows, almost as if it has a life of its own. We shine our flashlights into the corner, but we can see nothing. The cold intensifies, wrapping around us like an icy blanket. It feels like we are standing in a freezer, the chill seeping into our bones. Our bodies begin to tremble uncontrollably, teeth chattering as the cold takes hold. We can't take it anymore. The cold is too much to bear. We have to leave this room, escape the freezing grip that holds us. We have to get away from this cold, this unnatural cold that feels almost alive. We turn and flee, back into the relative warmth of the hallway, hoping for some relief. But the cold follows us, like a relentless phantom. It clings to us, a chilling reminder of the paranormal presence that surrounds us, refusing to let go. We are not alone in this asylum. The spirits of the past are with us. We are trapped with the spirits of the past, their cold, ghostly presence a constant reminder of the unknown. Section 1. Midnight Hour. The clock strikes 12, midnight, the witching hour. The air crackles with an unseen energy. A palpable tension fills the asylum. The shadows deepen, the whispers intensify, they become louder, more insistent. They seem to be closing in on us, whispering our names, mocking us. A sudden bang echoes through the halls, loud, resounding. It comes from the floor above, as if something heavy has fallen or been thrown. We freeze, our hearts pounding in our chests, flashlights trained on the ceiling, waiting, listening. The silence hangs heavy, broken only by the sound of our own ragged breaths. We are on edge, waiting for the next sign, the next manifestation of the unseen world. Section 2. The touch. A cold hand brushes against my arm, a fleeting touch, but unmistakable. I recoil. My heart leaps into my throat. I spin around, flashlight searching the darkness. There's nothing there. No one. Just the empty hallway, the decaying walls, the shadows. But I know what I felt. I know I wasn't alone. The others look at me, their eyes wide with fear. They felt it too. The cold touch, the unseen presence. We are not alone in this hallway. We huddle together, seeking comfort in each other's presence. But the comfort is fleeting. The fear is palpable. It hangs in the air like a shroud. We are surrounded by the unseen, the unknown. Section 3. The warning. We set up our EVP recorder again, hoping to capture more evidence, more voices from the other side. We sit in silence, listening, waiting. A voice breaks through the static, a deep, guttural growl. It speaks in a language we don't understand, but the tone is clear. It's a warning. The voice repeats itself, louder this time, more menacing. We can feel the vibrations in the air. The energy is intense, overwhelming. We play back the recording. The voice is chilling, unmistakable. It's a voice of pure evil, a voice that sends shivers down our spines. We are in danger. Section 4. Trapped. The doors slam shut. one by one, echoing through the halls, trapping us, cutting off our escape. We are trapped, alone. With the spirits of Waverly Hills, panic sets in. We try the doors, but they're locked, bolted from the other side. There's no way out. We are prisoners of the night. The whispers intensify. They mock us, taunt us. They revel in our fear. They know we are trapped. They know we are at their mercy. We are surrounded, outnumbered. There's nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. We are completely and utterly alone with the spirits of the damned. Section 5. The shadow moves. A shadow moves in the corner of our eyes, a large, hulking figure. Lurking in the darkness, it seems to be watching us, observing us. We shine our flashlights on the figure, but it disappears, vanished into the shadows, as if it were never there. But we know what we saw. We know it was real. The shadow moves again, this time closer, more defined. We can make out its shape. It's humanoid, tall, menacing. It's coming towards us. Terror grips us. We are frozen in fear, unable to move, unable to scream. The shadow looms over us, its presence overwhelming. We are at its mercy. We are about to face the true horror of Waverly Hills. The hours crawl by. Each tick of our watch is a hammer blow against our sanity. The darkness presses in, suffocating us. Then it appears. A translucent figure materializes at the end of the hall. A woman, dressed in a tattered hospital gown, her face pale, gaunt, her eyes hollow, lifeless. She stands motionless, staring at us, her gaze piercing, accusing. We can feel her presence, cold, oppressive. It drains the warmth from our bodies. We raise our cameras, documenting the apparition, our hands shaking, our breaths catching in our throats. This is it, the moment we've been waiting for, the moment we've been dreading. We are face to face with the supernatural. The apparition begins to move, gliding towards us, floating effortlessly across the floor, her eyes locked on ours, never breaking contact. We back away, slowly, cautiously, our hearts pounding in our chests, adrenaline coursing through our veins. We are in fight or flight mode. The apparition picks up speed, drifting faster, closer. We can feel her cold presence drawing near. The air grows heavy, the temperature plummets. We turn and run, fleeing down the hallway. Our flashlights bouncing wildly, casting eerie shadows that dance and twist on the walls. We are being chased, hunted, by the spirit of a woman who died within these walls. We stumble into a room, slamming the door shut behind us, leaning against it, gasping for breath, our hearts racing. We are trapped, again. We raise our cameras, trying to capture the apparition, but the camera malfunctions, the screen flickers, the image distorts, then goes black. We try another camera. The same thing happens. The screen goes black. The camera dies. One by one, our cameras fail, leaving us blind, vulnerable. We are alone in the darkness with a malevolent spirit, and no way to document it, no way to prove what we've seen. We are at its mercy. A blood-curdling scream echoes through the room. One of us cries out in terror. We spin around, flashlights searching the darkness. We can't see anything, but we can hear it, the sound of something moving, something large, something close. It's in the room with us. We huddle together, backed against the wall, our flashlights trained on the darkness, waiting, listening, praying for dawn. The unseen entity circles us. We can feel its presence, cold, menacing. It's toying with us, savoring our fear. We are helpless, trapped, with a malevolent spirit. In the heart of Waverly Hills, we are at its mercy, and we know it. A sliver of light pierces through the grimy windows. Dawn, a beacon of hope in the oppressive darkness. The paranormal activity ceases, as if a switch has been flipped. The oppressive weight lifts. We cautiously approach the door, our hearts still pounding, our bodies trembling. We unlock it, slowly, fearfully, and step back out into the hallway. The hallway is silent, empty. The shadows have retreated, the spirits have gone dormant. For now, the asylum seems almost peaceful. A deceptive tranquility. We make our way to the exit. our steps quickening with each passing moment. We can't wait to escape this place, to leave the horrors of Waverly Hills behind us. We burst out of the asylum and into the morning light, blinking, disoriented, as if stepping out of a nightmare and into reality. The fresh air fills our lungs, cleansing us, renewing us. We look back at the imposing structure, looming against the rising sun, a grim reminder of the night we endured, a night we will never forget. The experience has changed us, marked us. We carry the scars of Waverly Hills with us, invisible wounds that may never fully heal. We will never look at the world the same way again. We have seen the darkness, we have felt its touch, and we know that it's always there, lurking just beneath the surface of reality, waiting for us to return.